All of you, settle down. It's not just action, it's an education. Understand what is meant by the proposal, settle down, the purpose, the process. It's not only you settle down, they settle down as well. They help get settled as much as you help get settled. So understand the concept, idea, the language in the internal realm, subjective realm, with reference to embodiment. It's not only body and mind settling, but the whole everything settling. Everything help getting settled. So understand the broader perspective here. Commence your education to the extent possible in a limited time now. Ponder over it when you do on your own. Get composed. Again, the idea, concept, not just take literal meaning, but the practical meaning, relevant meaning in the subjective realm. Orientation, sanitizations, initializations, all these concepts have ocean depth. Get connected, collected, understand the concept of internal Wi-Fi connectivity. It's not just connectivity, it's a relativity. Many times you are connected but not related. But here, Wi-Fi for connectivity, Wi-Fi for relativity. To initialize composite collective dynamics of body, mind, speech, breath, senses, memory, thought, perceptions, cognitions. So voluntary profound exhalations, voluntary profound inhalations of different qualities and quantities, quale and quanta. Silent utterance of Om. It reverberates, resounds. Om. 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 योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचाम् मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनाम् पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आवाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणम् सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतम् प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम् Hari Om. Go right down to the heart and surrender there with exhalation. Drop the palms down and open the eyes. All of it, given position, take the hands back, cup your fingers, and go for Bradashar. Don't just try to address the body, activate the body, exercise the body. That's our obsession. That is our obsession. So find out what you can do for breath, on breath, what you can do in the breath, what the breath can do for you, what the breath can do for your body, mind, senses, anatomy, physiology, psychology, neurology, what the breath can do, what you can do, and what it can do. The posture will come incidentally. You all give priority to posture. And teachers explain you shoulders back, shoulder blades in, open your sternum, lift your abdomen, elevate the pelvis. And that's why you think it's a pose and posture. So find out this is a position for breathology, breathotomy, breathonomics, breathetics, breathism, breathics. So what you can do for that breath and what the breath can do for yours, what the breath can do for you. To see that it's a composite activity, neither just physical, mental. The world is obsessed with physical, mental activities. It's an internal sensory activity, internal awareness activity. You don't just have awareness. Awareness has a function. You don't have just sensitivity. Sensitivity has a function. So awareness, activity, sensitivity, perceptivity, cognitivity, literacy, there are so many dimensions to the composite dynamics. Try to figure them out and find out how much. When you insource it to breath, because today we are used to outsourcing. It's not an outsource here. When we insource it to breath and breathing, so it's no longer just breath and breathing. It's quite offending to call it breathing. It's an internal activity agency, cognitive agency, memory agency, thought agency, awareness agency. So many aspects. For a while, Parvatasana hand, interlock the fingers, stretch the arms over the head. Again, find out it's not just a change of posture, it's a breathesture, breathological, breathotomical, breathical, breathonics, breathism, breathosophy. You don't have philosophy, many of you, but the breath has a philosophy. Many of you are averse of philosophy, detest for philosophy, but it has a philosophy. Find out what is it. So what you can do with that so-called breath, it is demeaning the entity by calling it breath. It is demeaning the entity by calling it breath. It's an abuse. I've been telling you more often. But then it is our convention to call it breath, and therefore we call it breath. It has higher nomenclatures in philosophy of yoga. So what you can do for your breath and breathing, normal breathing, customized breathing, voluntary breathing, deeper breathing, thinner breathing, thicker breathing, confined breathing, for body system, for breath system, for sense system, for mind system, for awareness system, for perceptive system, for cognitive system, for speech system, for thought system. Let go, relax, take the arms down. So what you can do with the breath, which has to be customized. Normal to hypernormal, normal to thicker to thinner, customized for particular function. It can be cognitive function to cognitive function to tautological function. The senses have different functions. Your eyes are not visual organs now. They are not trying to see what is around. They are trying to look within. What is the role and function of the eyes and ears? Ears don't have function here only to hear what I say. Ears have function inside. So now, if you hear me, it is Shravanendriya. If you hear what I say, it is Shravanendriya. In the internal realm, it is a Jnanendriya. It doesn't hear. In the internal realm, all these five senses are not what they are known by their names. Visual organ, auditory organ, tactile organ, olfactory organ, gustatory organ. Now, is there anything for you to taste? I am not giving you jalebis and gulab jams and belpuri and padi puri and tea and coffee, which has a taste. So, what is the function of the tongue? What is the gustatory function of the tongue? It's the Jnanendriya. And that's why traditionally we call them Jnanendriya, not Vishayendriya. Otherwise, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhar, Vishayas. What do you hear? Shravan. What is Shravanam? Sound. Shabda. Suppose there is no sound, what are you going to hear? You are taken to a sound studio and no sound at all. What are you? What is that you are going to hear? Ears have no function, you say. There is no sound at all. Soundproof studio. So we have mistaken Jnanendriyas as Chakshurendriya, Shravanendriya, Sparshendriya, etc., etc. They are for external world. The normal, see, that's why I said breath, we are demeaning the entity. Our sages have now not demeaned. They don't say Shravanendriya, Dragendriya, Sparshendriya, Gradendriya, Rasanendriya. They call it Jnanendriya. They have unified function in the internal realm. So what is their role? In the internal realm, there is nothing to see, nothing to hear, nothing to taste, nothing to feel by touch, nothing to smell. Is there odor inside you? That's why many of you, when you go out, you apply yourself with some odor, spray, etc., scent, etc. You apply it. Internal, in the internal, you can't put that spray internally. You can't apply the scent internally. What is there then? What is there for olfactory organ? It is Jnanendriya. Anyway, it's not a theory class, but you don't allow me to be opening it out. All my wisdom is concealed because you don't want it. Point is what you can do as brother's chair, brotherological, brotheratomical, bredical position, not just physical position. Physical position should come incidentally because you know how to sit. I don't have to tell you sit straight and this and that, hard and tight and straight and pull, push, elongate, extend. You know it. Beginners, we have to tell. I don't have to tell you. So that will come incidentally as a side dish. You all come and eat the side dish as a main dish. Physical exercise, physical activity. That is coming incidentally. That's as a side dish. So develop this particular approach and familiar with this corridor that you are not in physical culture, you are not a victim of physical culture, you are not a prey of physical culture, but physical culture is under you. It comes as you expect and as you call for. Here the body calls for activity. It is an addressed entity, it should be participating entity in within your hands. So primarily breathsture. And then find out how the mind and body come in. How do you come in? The lie down in PVN Muktasan. Again, don't go for exercising the waist, addressing the waist, releasing the waist. That's our obsession. that you can do later when you are in physical culture domain. And now find out how you can use the breath, what you can do with the breath, what the breath can do, what are the functions of your breath. Ramaswamy, you can sit and turn if you can't lie down and bend. You can sit and turn Dandasana. Bradesture. Take it as a Bradesture position and start. So exhale completely, inhale completely, normal breathing, profound breathing, thicker breathing. Allow the breath to do. You don't do it. Because most of the old students have complained, I can't do, I can't do, I can't do. You are not asked to do. तुम्हाला काही करायचंच नाहीये. मग कशाला कंप्लेंट होता, मला जमत नाही, वय झालं, त्रास आहे. It has to do it. Allow it to do whatever it does. It need not satisfy your criteria of activity. It has its own criteria of activity. So find out exhalative breath, inhalative breath. Now I told you, this is PVN Muktasan, one of the very fundamental yogasana, totally neglected except for its physical efficacy, that it releases the waist, activates the back, addresses the back, animates the back. But try to breathe from cardinal, subcardinal direction. Inhalation. Draw the inhalation from east, west, north, south. Draw the inhalation from southeast, northeast, southwest. So all the four subcardinal directions, cardinal directions, can you do that inhalation? So this is you using the breath. I find out it is such an agency, it has such a versatility, which is not used in normal walk of life. Exhalation similarly. To and fro, cardinal direction, subcardinal direction. So this agency is not used outside PVN Muktasan. What is the role of mind? What is the role of you? Address the breath, allow the breath to be used. You do the breathing, customized, and allow that customized breath to do something. Let the breath customize your body actions and reactions, responses. Let the breath customize your mind actions, reactions, responses. So let it be a community activity, not an individual activity. Otherwise, individual activity, your limitations are exposed. You are old, you are weak, you have a problem, you have a clinical problem. You have acute problem, you have a problem which is staying in you, with you. Now the other side. So understand how much you have to observe. Most of you draw a line because you think it is doing and doing, then I cannot do more than this, I cannot do better than this. But there is so much to observe, learn, study, etc. So try to figure it out. So find out how you can use the abdomen as a major locus of breathing. Abdomen is a major locus of breathing. Heavy duty breathing, normal duty breathing, light duty breathing, panchapran breathing. Similarly in the chest, similarly in the brain, similarly in the head, panchavayu location. So try to figure it out. It does something in the head location, udadik location. Udadik location can participate, partake, part with. Udadik location can be addressed and addressing, used and using, applied and applying.
So any location is useful, purposeful, addressful. It can be addressed, it can be addressing, it can be used, it can be using, it can be applied, it can be applying. So carry out your observation. Anterior lower trunk, anterior abdomen, anterior mid trunk, anterior top trunk, anterior face, posterior head, posterior upper back, posterior mid back, posterior lower back, posterior below back. So understand what is the scope breathasturally. The physical actions, biomechanics will come as a side dish. Not that they are absent. They will come with subserviency rather than biomechanics done. So you know the biomechanics, you are not a raw beginner. You know what is to rotate, what is to be rotated, what is to be contracted, what is to be stretched, what is to be elongated, what is to be squeezed, what is to be dilated, distended. So that's why I say yoga is learned from within, much more than from without. Continue PVN Muktasan, crossing the legs, same side do it, and then you can change later. You can do the same side. So understand we have a breathotomy, breathology, breathonics, breathisms, breathosophy. You may not have philosophy in your life. You might go for by convenience and practicality, but it has a philosophy. It has a philosophy in the internal realm, in the community culture. The philosophy is more pronounced. So, what is PVN Mukta Kriya? In the head, brain, face, skull, throat, chest, diaphragm, abdomen, navel, pelvic, perineum region, hips and buttocks, back region, various segments of the back, root of the back, root spine to mid spine to top spine to supraspine. Open out the field for it to work. It's a very versatile agency, resourceful agency. So understand this is something that you can be doing for more than half an hour, 45 minutes back home. If you are, and you understand this is something to study, learn, observe, sense, feel, and allow it to be active more than you being active. You must be a respondent. And now change the crossings of the legs. There, same side. Same side I said, Ali. Have you finished both the sides? Okay, then change the side. Okay, change the side. So, understand how much the breathing is meant for your anatomy, for it to be addressed, animated, cultured, for it to become useful, for it to become useful, for it to use. So, what's the relationship between the breath system and body system? What's the relationship between the breath system and the mind system? What's the relationship between the mind system and body system? So they have mutual relationship. That's why I said it's not just connectivity with which you are aware in modern day technology. Wi-Fi for connectivity. We are not related to everyone whom we connect. That's why you get even missed calls, wrong calls. So this is a Wi-Fi for relativity. Connectivity for relativity. So understand what's the relationship between
the limbs and trunk and limbs, spine and trunk, spine and limbs, mind and body, breath and mind, senses and mind, senses and body. It is working everywhere. Are you able to say there is no sensory activity? Are you able to say that there is no speechly activity? Oral organ is participating, parting with. It is functional. It is contributory. It is contributing. Now, it goes unnoticed. Your thought system is participating, parting with. Memory system. So you have to identify various systems with which you are working. Therefore, you will not end up saying, I am doing, and I am done. I change the crossing of the legs. Have you finished both sides? Over. Get up. Get up. So come up. Understand this. Actually, I am not teaching. I am drawing you to teach to the teacher. And perhaps I am stimulating the teacher to teach you. And I'm suggesting you to learn from that teacher. So yoga is a unique place for Adhyatma. There are many people who are well versed in Adhyatma. They can give you discourses after discourses, week of discourse, month of discourse on Adhyatma. अध्यात्म साधना न करता अध्यात्मावर पोपटपंची करता येते. व्याख्यानं जोडता येतात. अध्यात्म. What is Adhyatma sadhana? Yoga is the best academy to learn Adhyatma sadhana. Without yoga, you are almost not learning what is Adhyatma. You will know what is Adhyatma. I can give a lamba chauda talk on Adhyatma. And they will say, oh, very knowledgeable. What informative and what knowledge. Then I refer to Dasbodh, I refer to Gatha, I refer to Gnaneshwari, I refer to Amrutanbhav, I refer to Upanishads, I refer to Shastras. So this knowledge can be there for you to be just talking. Bhagavad Gita, umpteen number of times says, Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. So you all think I have Jnana. You all think I have Jnana about Adhyatma, and therefore I talk about it. But Bhagavad Gita gives a beautiful scheme called Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. Either you will have only Vijnanam or you will have Jnanam, and not the combination of the two. So this is a beautiful concept which comes only in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere else, even in Upanishads. It is not so explicit. Jnana Vijnanam, Kshetra Vijnana, Jnana Vijnanam, Adhyatma, Jnana Vijnana Sahitam, Dharma, Jnana, Vairagya, Abhyas, whatever. Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. Otherwise, people either know Jnana or Vijnana. Theoretical knowledge or applied knowledge. The point is, you will proceed to understand the predestinal dimension of what you do. Now, those who get the place, go on rope Shirshasana. Quickly occupy wardrobe ceiling rope for rope Shirshasana. Others take to supine position, Sukta Virasana, Bandha Kodasana, whatever, quickly. With bolster, without bolster, there are all these ways, but you are so stereoscopic. Bandha Kodasana has a bolster. Sukta Virasana has a bolster. So Guruji's Sukta Virasana in light on yoga is without bolster, but nobody does it. They think this is better, and that is not better. Quickly, start. So right away, right from word go, it's a breathestiral position. Right from word go, it is breathestiral position. So what you can do for breath? Apanik, samanik, udanik, pranik. That is different regions of the body. Head, brain, लवकर करा, quickly do it. झालं. तुम्हाला इनबिल्ट ब्लँकेट असं नाही, तुम्हाला ब्लँकेट लागते बाहेर. तुम्ही काही बोनी नाही, बोनी बोनी पर्सन. Quickly. Exhalative breath, inhalative breath, volume, velocity, density, confinement, and function. The breath can have conative function, cognitive function, sensitive function, awarenessative function. If I may say so, thoughtative function, memory function, mnemonic function. Couple of recovery cycles. So, as I said yesterday, that this deep breathing madness of pranayam, you get it quenched here. Get it quenched here. Use a deeper breath. Exhale more and more and more and more and more. Inhale more and more and more and more. Exhale thicker and deeper. Exhale thinner and deeper. Inhale thicker and deeper. Inhale thinner and deeper. Because today pranayam has been taken to mean as deeper breathing, or sharper than normal, or thinner than normal. So that aspect you can avail of this, because you are doing several asanas. In several asanas, you have different ways of breathing, and the breathing has different functions. The function of breathing in supine position for those who are on the mat is one. But the function of the breathing, those are inverted on the rope, is another. Couple of recovery cycles. So the breath is not merely used, but breath is addressed. Understand? Is it actualized? Are you giving scope? That your body system is addressing the breath as much as breath system addresses body system. Mind system addresses the breath as much as breath system addressing the mind. So you have to give scope for all these, become familiar with this technology. Breath for senses, senses for breath. That is sensitivity for breath and breath for sensitivity. Breath for awareness, awareness for breath and breathing. So this is called breath, which is, as I said, demeaning it. Demeaning it. Deprecating it. Offending it. Insulting it. So rather than oxygenation and decarbonate acceleration, which is the function of the breath, it is doing so many different functions. As a conditioner, as a exerciser, as a nourishment. You can burn the calories, you can consume the calories. So use all kinds of varieties of your breath in terms of volume, velocity, confinement, deployment, function, role, act. Become familiar with this enormous, versatile, multitasker agency, multitasking agency. Most of you are not multitasking personalities, but if you have a multitasking personality within you, that system, avail of it. You may not be multitasking, but it is multitasking. As I said, from scavenger to sanctifier. It can do scavenger activity to sanctifying activity. मल विसर्जनापासून पावित्रीकरणापर्यंत it can give you prasad, it can give you tirtha prasad, right from scavengers activity, malalissaranam. Activity, other activities, cognitive activities, motor activities, cognitive activities. It's a versatile agency. Watching, sensing, feeling, reading, knowing. Yoga is a knowledge process, not a doing process. I'm tired of telling you this. Otherwise, your criteria, can I do? I cannot do. If I cannot do, I will try. If I can do, I will do it. Understand the kriyas, which I said. Yoga, this process is studied with kriyas. Buddha kriya, Prushta kriya, Shivani kriya, Kati kriya, Udara kriya, Patala kriya, Uru kriya, Vaksha kriya, Kantha kriya, Mukha kriya. So the kriyas of different locations on the anterior, on the posterior. Open out the field for it to work. Don't be obsessed with body activity. This particularly is obsession for older people because they want to keep the body active. Even if you activate the body, it is find out, take the perspective of your breath and breathing. We follow Mahadevan. Don't just move the limbs. Find out how it works for the breath and how the breath works for movement. And let go. Relax, come up or come down, whatever is your case. The young people have this obsession for body activity, and the old people who are trying to keep fit until the last breath want to see that the body is mobile. Sit wherever you are. Sit wherever you are before we go for changeover. So the young people prone to be physiocrats. They are prone to be physiocrats. Then they will see how I can activate the body. Old people who are health conscious, because for older people, death management can occur to their consciousness. Let me die properly. Let me die peacefully. Let me not die in a hospital. Let me not die with support system. They want to have good death. And while all of you others, you want a good life. Is that right? You all want a good life. But you don't understand the psychosis of older people. Now, just now I said that's why older people will try to keep the limbs moving. If the limbs are not moving, it's a big problem. What, Ramaswamy? With a contingency, what has happened, whatever can happen, it's a worrisome thing that I cannot move. Ask any older person. I cannot move is a worrisome thing. And that's why they try to keep movement. Now I'm going to take for all of you, I'm introducing to a new precept which you have not done so far. You can be physiocratic as a young, volatile, vibrant person, a sportsman, a youngster who is bubbling with energy, wants to do all possible activities, fruitful activities. While old people also, when they are health conscious, death conscious, so usually in lifetime, we are worried about, we look for, we plan for, we see that our life is good. We want to have good life. Youngster will never bother. As a youngster think I'm immortal. Youngster thinks I'm immortal. I'm not going to die. Particularly when you're a pink age. When you are in pink age, it might be 16 to 25, 30, or it can be 16 to 40. Pink age. 60 to maybe 45. You know which is the strongest age in your life? Numerically, it is 45. Numerically, it is 45. Because you know what is fortification? You know the English term. But we have never considered age 45 as 45. Numerically, 45. I don't know. This is English problem. They called it 45. So 45 should be the strongest phase in your life because it is 45. Anyway, let's play with the words. Now, suppose you are in a vibrant activity. Don't be in physical culture. In breatho culture, find out how the breath is working. Breath can be worked. Breath can be worked upon. Breath can be used and using. Breath can be applied and applied. Now, you will all lie down on your mat. Sit. After lying down, you are going to do the motion of PVN Muktasan. Now, what do you mean PVN Muktasan, which I have taught so far? Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Is that right? What have I taught you so far? Normal pace, which is picked up by default. Then accelerated pace and decelerated pace. Do I have anything else? Slow pace, normal pace, higher pace. Do I have anything more than that? Because you have never considered British. Now I will tell you, find out how it is. Apart from these three, which are mentioned to you umpteen number of times. Normal pace, higher pace, lower pace. Normal, accelerating more and more and more. Normal pace, decelerating more and more and more and more. You do not know any other dimension of it. Now understand how, because this breathstural aspect, now you will get to experience and get to know it. So I'm afraid none of you should become Archimedes and jump out naked, eureka, eureka, eureka. ते पुलंचं वाक्य आहे.
तर का युरेका करून उघडा बंब पळाला, तर त्याने बाथरूम मध्ये टॉवेल न्यायला नव्हता. तर त्याला काय सापडलं, बाहेर आल्यावर दांडीवर टॉवेल सापडला आणि युरेका युरेका ओरडला. युरेका युरेका टॉवेल साठी ओरडला. सापडला, टॉवेल सापडला. So in Pavan Muktasan, you lie down and you will have motion. It is fascinating for older people, those who are health conscious, death conscious. And the young people who are activity conscious. So look here, Pavan Muktasan legs are like this. Exhale, 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 exhale. In between you inhale. Okay? Do it. Quick, 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 quick. Now you can do in any pace. There are 3 paces which are given to you. If the pace is high, breath will be sharp. Hey, feet on the floor. Feet on the floor. Pivoting on the feet. So you can try different paces. The breath will be accelerated, decelerated. Start. Feet on the floor, Mahadevan. Feet on the mat. Mahadevan, feet on the mat, not in the air. Pivoting on the right and left. So on the right and left, you have to reach with exhalation. Exhale, right. Exhale, left. Exhale, right. Exhale, left. Madhvi पावलं बॅकवर ठेव. Not in the air. Pivot कर त्याच्यावर फक्त. Now you can do accelerated and decelerated. For accelerated, breath will be accelerated. Deceleration, breath will be decelerated. Okay? So coordinate that way. This is Brother Charal Pavan Muktasan. Get up and come up. Come up. Okay? That's the first form. In the second form, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Therefore, what? Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. These are 2 varieties. At least intellectually understand. Is that right? Coordinate your breath and body with it. Mind and body, breath and body coordination. So there are 2 kinds. Exhale this pole, inhaling that pole. Alternately, exhaling this pole, inhaling that pole. Is it at least clear here? Lie down. So the 3 paces can be later mastered. Today, try to do it in a pace that you pick up and try to coordinate properly. So right with exhalation, left with inhalation, right inhalation, exhalation, left inhalation. Understand this. So it doesn't need just physical capacity. You need to have this coordination. It needs little intellectual work, awareness work, sensitivity work to coordinate properly. Then you will take a pause and do opposite. Then do the opposite. Back home, you can try all the 3 paces. So find out how much you understood and how much you are clumsy. Let go. Come up. Get up. Don't just refer to body.
So these are total three varieties. Okay. Like car wiper on the windscreen. So there are different kinds of wipers. The other one is this way, this way, this way, this way. Is that right? Car wiper on the windscreen. Or from center they go side, or sometimes from side they come to center. The wiper can be fixed at the edge of the window, right and left, or could be in the center of the windscreen. Then it will move differently. So actually this is wiper kind of movement. The fourth one. So inhale, 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 inhale. Because you did exhalation, if you recall. You did exhale, 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 exhale. You came to the right and left with exhalation. Now come to right and left with inhalation. Inhale, 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 inhale. So you will exhale in between. Okay, start. Feet on the floor, Badvi, pivoting. That's not in the air. Feet should not be in the air. That's a different activity. Coordinate with the inhalation. Reach the right, inhale. Go with the bang with inhalation on the right. Go with the bang with inhalation on the left. So stop in the middle so that you have time for exhalation and coordinate better. So motion wise, it is the same. But understand, like car wiper, you can see wiper going in into different ways or multiple ways. Sometimes the wiper is at the top, hooked at the top for truck. See the observation of mind. For car, it is fixed at the bottom. For buses and trucks, it is fixed at the top. There are larger windows. So internal dynamics are changing, coordinations are changing. Apparently, your legs are moving from right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right. Apparently, that is only the thing that is there, but internally it is differently composed. Let go. Come up. See, because I do yoga, my observations are different, have a different culture and outlook. The car wipers are never fixed at the top. They are fixed at the bottom of the windscreen. But for buses and trucks, that wipers are fixed at the top. Is that right? Next. Inhale. 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 So you have to finish during inhalation both right, bang on the right, bang on the left. Okay? Lie down. So that's how you will develop the coordination skill between body, mind, breath, body, mind, thought, body, mind, awareness. In that one inhalation, you have to finish the right and left. Don't stop in between. One inhalation to the same inhalation, come to the other side. So along with inhalation, right and left. Next inhalation, right and left. Next inhalation, right and left. Don't remark it is difficult because you are unfamiliar. Stay there. And therefore what? Extrapolation. Exhale. In one exhalation, right and left. Along with exhalation, finish both. Go to right and go to left with that exhalation. So it will be more longer exhalation. So something will be difficult. But something is difficult, don't make it unfavorite. So in one exhalation, you have to go to right and left. One inhalation, go to right and left. Along with inhalation, go to right and left. Along with the inhalation, finish the right and left. So it's an engineering skill which you have to allow some time, let go and come up. Get up. This is Brother PVN Muktasan. Last 25 years, I was teaching only physical PVN Muktasan. Slow, fast, normal. Last one. You completely exhale, retain, and do right, left, right, left, right, left, as long as you retain. Very old people don't do. Coronary problems don't do. Cardiac problems don't do. So during retention, try to finish right and left. Consecutively right and left. When the retention time is over, stop. Next retention, try to do right and left. Start. So exhale and hold the breath and start doing consecutively right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. When the retention is over, let go. So this also can be done slower, medium, fast. So in slower, you will get less movement. In faster, you will get more movement. So just understand this. I don't expect you get it today. I'm not giving you instant packages, instant packets, 2 minutes noodle, 5 minutes masala dosa, 5 minutes upma. All it, MTR has spoiled the world. Get up. For what you did now, you all owe thanks to Mahadevan. You all owe thanks to Mahadevan. Because I've been seeing that he is movement biased person. He want to keep movements very natural in old age. What Mahadevan? You want your limbs to be moving, body to move moving, rather than somebody dying in vegetative condition, paralyzed condition. So ask him what is his desire. You pick up a youngster and ask what is their desire. I want to have a good life. So you owe thanks to Mahadevan. Because so far I had not taught you these different coordinations. So even if you are in motion now, this is also preparatory for pranayama. Because you will do heavy duty breath. You will do conative breath. That's why I intersperse the movement aspect in what you did. Next batch on the rope. Others, supine position. Get onto the rope quickly. दांडेकर उलटा करा माझ्याकडे पाठ करायचं काही कारण आहे का quickly occupy the ropes others supine position lie down now all of you in your position all of you in the position in your position try to do the breath as soft
as thin, as fine, as vast, as delicate, as tender as possible. Therein you can try little the normal breathing, little hypernormal breathing, or more and more hypernormal volume. But as fine and thin as possible. Then let go for a while. Couple of recovery cycles. You can do habitual breathing, recovering breathing. और जल्दी करो, जल्दी करो. So the other way is to try sharper breathing and normal breathing, functional. Now I am suggesting for a while finer breathing, thinner breathing, vast breathing, delicate breathing, tender breathing, super fine breathing, extra fine breathing. It will be a cluster of few cycles, do few recovery cycles, mechanical cycles, resource infusing cycles, which can be even little sharper, so you become more resourced, and then find out as fine as thin as possible, but deeper as well, normal to deeper. Now for a while, circuitous breathing as finer as possible. So there won't be deep inhalation, exhalation, or deeper inhalation, exhalation. Circuitous, circuitous, vast, delicate, tender, udanic, pranic, samanic, apanic, head-brain location to pelvic hip location. As fine as possible, rotary breathing. As small radius as possible, because the rotary breathing has a radius. So find out how tinier and tinier and tinier radii. So tiny microscopic rotary breathing, which will have very tinier radius. So larger radius to microscopic radius. And therefore there will be so many radii. Breathing of different radii. That fine breathing for body matter, fine breathing for sense matter, fine breathing for mind matter, psyche matter. So the body will participate for your breathing slowly. Mind will participate for you to breathe slowly. It's not only slow breathing, it is slow minding and slow bodying as well. So we call it slow breathing, but figure out it's also slow bodying and slow minding. Therefore, you must be familiar with these inflections, which are not in language for communication, language to speak, language to talk. So, what kind of breathing process you have in a given position? Because some of you are inverted on the rope, some of you are on a mat. Then you know different supine positions are available. The rope people will come down.
Mad people will get up. So find out different kriyas for vast, delicate process and the kriyas for impressing, inscribing heavy duty acts. Inscriptive heavy duty acts to vast, delicate, tender acts. The kriya concept in yoga is of enormous importance, and countless kriyas are there. You cannot really number them. You cannot really number them. Because otherwise you are familiar with Ashtadasha Mahakriyas of asanas. Okay, is that right? Have you gone to pranayam book? I have not mentioned Ashtadasha Mahakriyas of pranayam. I have listed many kriyas when it comes to breath. And for you to have little idea, I think it is about 60 plus, if I remember properly. For asanas, I have mentioned 18. But for breath, I have mentioned, just hypothetically, I have mentioned 60. They are indeed countless, immeasurable. You know, infinitude has two meanings in English. Anantatva, याला दोन अर्थ आहेत. Where you cannot count, you say it is infinite. But that is not inherently infinite. Something is inherently infinite, like space. It is not infinite because it is immeasurable. It is inherently immeasurable. So one is a temporal idea. I cannot quantify, therefore it is infinite. Say I can write a figure of 1 and I can put 100 zeros to right hand. 1 on left hand side, right side, 100 zeros. Is it not possible to put 1000 zeros? Is it not possible to put million zeros? It's possible. Then you will not be able to tell the number. Suppose I put 1 million zeros. What number are you going to give me? Because you will not go beyond million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. And then in English, they don't go beyond decillion. So 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion, pentillion. So they will go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 10. Nothing beyond 10. So it is not measurable, but it is not inherently infinite. Akash is inherently infinite. Atma is inherently infinite. Paramatma is inherently infinite, not because it is uncountable, unnumberable. काय सातभाई बॅलन्स शीट काढता तुम्ही लोक वरती काय टाकता in millions, in thousands, in hundreds, in millions. अजून तरी economy has not grown to say it is in billions and quadrillions. कुठलीही कंपनी even the whole country's budget, आमच्या लहानपणी कॉर्पोरेशनचं बजेट कसं असायचं 55,000 शिक्षण 70,000 आरोग्य 70-80 वर्षापूर्वी आणि आता ते कशात गेले? 100 कोटी, 1000 कोटी, 10,000 कोटी, लक्ष कोटी, अजून कोटी कोटी आलं नाहीये. Even the national budget stopped with lakh crores. Where it will be confirmed in crores. Economy after another 50, 60 years, you will have to go little beyond lakhs of crores for national budget. काय सात भाई? आज त्याच्या पुढे बघायचं कारण नाहीये. इकॉनॉमी साईजच नाही तेवढा. साईज आपली आता 25 वर्षापूर्वी लाख कोटी नव्हते. 1000 कोटी, 55,000 कोटी, 70,000 कोटी, 60,000 कोटी, 20,000 कोटी, 10,000 कोटी. आता 1 लाख कोटी, 5 लाख कोटी, 15 लाख कोटी, 99 लाख कोटी पर्यंत जाईल हो. नंतर काय करणार? कोटी कोटी म्हणजे कन्फर्म आहे. आपल्या इथं कोटीच्या पलीकडे झालं तर त्याच्यात मिलियन, बिलियन, ट्रिलियन आहे. तसं आपल्या इथं शंख पर्यंत संख्या गेली. पद्म आणि पुढे शंख, शंखापर्यंत संख्या गेलेली, which is 20 zeros. But then it is infinite, anything more, because it is not countable. So, because something is not countable for empirical faculty, it's a infinite. But something is inherently infinite, and kriyas are inherently infinite. हा इन्फायनाईटचा भाग लक्षात घ्या. One is finite is finite, finitely infinite. It is actually finite, but we say infinite. Why? You cannot count, you cannot number it. But perhaps today all of you know what is the global population. Perhaps you will know what is global population. It is some 8.5 billion. Do you know how many trees are there on the planet? It has been numbered. It has been numbered. Google search. How many trees are there on the planet? For 8.5 billion, there are nearly 300 billion, 3,000 billion trees on the planet. How many creatures? Maybe some hundreds of quadrillions, but all finitely infinite. Finitely infinite. त्या दोन अनंतत्वाला दोन अर्थ आहेत. It is immeasurable, therefore ananta. And it is inherently ananta, therefore, like Paramatma is ananta. Prakriti is ananta. It is inherently ananta. Anyway, is that enough? Now, finally, you will all go for prone position for breathesture. Find out what can you do for breath when you lie down prone. What you can do for breath, what breath can do for you, what breath can do for yours. Quickly. Couple of recovery cycles. Understand the kriyas. Udara kriyas. The udyan should be there. So understand the back. You perhaps did not identify so much the back breathing so far in what you did. But now figure out how much the back is for breathing and breathing is for back. How much the breathing is for bodying and bodying for back. How much is the breath for minding and minding for the back? How much is the bodying for minding and minding for bodying? How much is the breath for sensing and senses sensing for breath, breathing? What are the kriyas? You know your Allen mouth function when you are in toilet engagement. But understand now what is the anal mouth movement? What is the anal mouth movement? What is the hip and buttock movement? एक्सरसाइज मध्ये तुम्हाला हिप्स अँड बटक्सच्या मुवमेंट्स लक्षात येतात. But the cells and tissues brotherly find out so how the lungs are breathing and breathed and breathers. How is the belly breather, breathe, breathing? How is the hip, buttocks breather, breathe, breathing? How is the lower back breather, breathe, breathing? How is the mid back breather, breathe, breathing? How is the back, upper back breather, breathe, breathing? How is the back of the head breather, breathe, breathing? Couple of recovery cycles. Let go and come up. So this is something they should do for doing, should be doing for 10 times the time you did today now. 2 मिनिटं 3 मिनिटं केलं असेल तर कधीतरी 15-20 मिनिटं ब्रेक घेऊन करा ना. कंझिक्युटिव्ह करा. व्हॉट रिमेन्स? महत्वाची गोष्ट रिमेन्स. कळलं का? तुम्ही सगळे रात्री झोपून आलात. कसे झोपलात? कसे झोपलात? वेर यू ऑल द टाइम सुपाईन? परहॅप्स यू डिड नॉट गो प्रोन. पण एखाद्या रविवारी जास्त रेंगाळता गादीवर थोडं प्रोन पण झोपता. कदाचित काल रात्री तुम्ही प्रोन कोणी झोपलं नाही. खरंय? पण समटाइम्स वेन यू आर रविवारी बराच वेळ अजून गादीतून उठायचंच नाहीये. मग प्रोन पण झोपलेला. But yesterday night, all of you invariably did one thing. You slept on the right and slept on the left. Is that right? So that is Anantasan version. But I don't want you to lie down in Anantasan because you will be unsteady. You bend your legs as if you are doing Kushi Zhopasan. डावी कुशी झोपासन, उजवी कुशी झोपासन. झोप आसन हे आसन होऊ शकतंय. झोपेत ते आसन होणार नाही. पण मी काय वेळेला झोपासन करतो, वामकुक्षी झोपासन आणि दक्षिण कुशी झोपासन. वाम दक्षिण हे 2 दिशा आहेत माहिती का? डावी उजवी. So your legs will be bent. So you are stable. You are steady. You don't lie down on your right side with the leg stretched. पाय वाकून झोपता ना? का पाय सरळ करून झोपता कुशीवर? You are unsteady. You won't sleep. Because your knees are bent, you are stable, and therefore you can fall asleep on the right side. You can fall asleep on the left side. Back home, try in Anandasan. You will not fall asleep on the right or fall asleep on the left. See the observations which are needed. Now all of you lie down on the right. Vamakukshi Zhopasan, Gurge Vakwa, so that you are stable, steady. Vamakukshi Zhopasan. तुम्हाला वाटतं हे झोपलो. Take your right hand under the head. Now what is happening? Your right lung is pressed. Is that right? Right chest is pressed because you are on the right. Now breathe by the back, for the back, on the back, for the chest, on the chest, in the chest, for the abdomen. By the abdomen, on the abdomen, the pelvis, the hips, head, brain, face, skull. तुम्ही वामकुक्षी झोपता
तेव्हा या गोष्टी करत नाही. हे झोपासन आहे, वामकुक्षी कुक्षी झोपासन. मूव द बॅक as a recipient, as a participant. Mobilize the chest as a recipient and participant. Move the belly as a recipient and participant. Move the head, brain, face, skull as a recipient and participant. Move the buttocks and hips as a recipient and participant. So do voluntary breathing. Activate your back. Mobilize your back. झोपेत आपण हे करत नाही. Now your right side lung is longer than the left. Right side lung is pressed. Left side is not pressed. Couple of recovery cycles. But कृपया झोपी जाऊ नका. Couple of recovery cycles. Address the chest, use the chest, address the belly. In sleep, you don't address them. बायका सगळ्या कुशीवरच झोपतात. बायका उताड्या सहसा झोपत नाही. आणि पालथे तर नाहीच नाही. ते गेलं, ते वय गेलं. आसनामुळे पालथे झोपताय तुम्ही. आता काय होतंय माहिती का फिजिकली? When you are on the right, when you are on the right, your breathing will become Chandra Shwas. Left breathing will become, so you can just check your nose and find out which nostril is relatively blocked and relatively open. माधवी, एक नाकपुडी बंद कर हाताने. कुठली नाकपुडी is relatively open and relatively closed? Better open, more closed. So you will know whether the breathing is going on the right or left. But if you lie there for a sufficient length of time, the breathing will become Surya breathing. Because right nostril is, it will become Chandra breathing. Right nostril is Surya, left nostril is Chandra. After a while, your right nostril will be less opened than the left nostril. So Chandra breathing, for Chandra breathing, you have to sleep on the left. Now Surya breathing, sleep on the left. And for Chandra breathing, sleep on the right. Now the other side. So chemically the breathing is changing because we have identified Chandra Surya breathing, solar lunar breathing. Now when you are on the left, that's why Vama Kukshi is suggested after meals. After meals. पोटाचा उद्यान करा, प्राणायाम करा तिथं. पोटाला हलवा, नुसतं झोपू नका. पाठीला हलवा. श्वासायाम प्राणायामसाठी पाठीला हलवा, कबरेला हलवा, डोक्यामध्ये हलवा. दिवाळीत तुम्ही बराच हलवा खाल्ला असेल, पण हलवा इथं. Put it in position. Put the back in position for it to be Shwasayam and Pranayam. You are not lying down on the left only. Now, therefore, after meals, Vama Kukshi सांगितली आहे, दक्षिण कुक्षी सांगितली नाहीये. मग सूर्य नाडी चालायला लागते, पचन जास्त चांगलं व्हायला लागतं. Now the left lung is pressed, left chest is pressed, not the right. Now take the right arm, stretch down your thighs on the hips, straight there. So in different lung. Is that right? Shoulder down, pull the shoulder down. It's a different right lung. Outside the right arm over the head. It's a different lung. Is that right? Take the hand on the waist. Now open your left arm, outstretch it over the head. Left arm, outstretch over the head. डावा हात डोक्यावरनं ताट करा. Use the upper arm as a pillow. त्याच्यावर डोकं ठेवा, ती उशी आहे. Is it not different breathing of the
left lung, left chest. So develop these observations. You can't get it in one sitting like that. Get up, all of you. Come up. Pregnant women are told to sleep on the left. बरं, ज्या माता आहेत त्यांना माहिती असेल. जेवण झाल्यावर वामकुक्षी सांगितली, दक्षिण कुक्ष का नाही सांगितली. पोट दुखेल, अन्न पचणार नाही, अन्न खाली जाणार नाही. सेकंडली सूर्य नाडी चालते. आफ्टर व्हाईल वेन यू स्लीप ऑन द लेफ्ट, उजवी नाडी काम करायला लागते. इट इज नॉट 1 or 2 minutes. म्हणून ते पूर्वीचे ऋषीमुनी पाहिलं असेल ना, दे वर सिटिंग फॉर जप. जप करताना बाळा हातात माला घेतली, पुरे झाले ना. गोमुखी माला, जप चालू आहे, पण दंड ठेवत होते इथं. The arm will be like this, and there will be a danda placed here. So armpit pressed. When armpit is pressed, breathing changes. Therefore, they were shown with a danda. So with that armpit would be pressed. जब जर सूर्यनाडीने करायचं असेल, तो तुम्हाला आम्हाला काही देणं घेणं नाही. वसिष्ठ याज्ञवल्क्यादींना देणं घेणं आहे. चंद्राचा जप करायचा तर सूर्यनाडीने नाही करणार, चंद्रनाडीने करणार. सूर्याचा जप करायचा तर चंद्रनाडी नाही करणार, सूर्यनाडीने करणार. संध्या वंदनामध्ये आसन प्राणायाम विनियोग हा माझा संकल्पाचा भाग आहे. हा वी वेक ऑल मॉकरी. नुसतं बोट नाकावर राहायचं, एक श्वास करायचा, संपलं. व्हॉट महादेवन? मॉकरी. इमॅजिन Vasishtha doing it for Sandhya Vandan. He will check whether it is right nadi breathing, whether it is Pingala or Ida. Now it is Sandhya Vandan, it is Suryopasana. Sandhya Vandan is not Chandropasana. Sandhya Vandan is Suryopasana. So they will check. If the left nostril breathing is going on, they will do pranayam and modify it to Surya Nadi pranayam. And then they will do Gayatri Japa. Gayatri हा सावित्री मंत्र आहे. सावित्री सवितेचा दाब आहे. सविता हा चंद्र सूर्य आहे. While we people only make a mockery, take the fingers of the nose, just inhale, exhale, or just touch the nose, that's all. And we make a mockery. याज्ञवल्क्याने संध्या केली, वसिष्ठांनी संध्या केली, विश्वामित्रांनी संध्या केली. विश्वामित्र इज ऍक्च्युअली द स्पीयर ऑफ गायत्री मंत्र. त्यांना गायत्री मंत्राचा ते द्रष्टे. So he was not doing mockery like we all do. They would identify which is the breathing going on, because the breathing changes between Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi involuntarily. It is not in your hand. Breathing will be changing between Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi, Shunya Nadi. The 3 kinds of breaths are there. So they will check. Is it Shunya Nadi? No. Gayatri Mantra? No. Chandra Nadi? No. Surya Nadi. यामागे हे मोठं विज्ञान आहे, तंत्रशास्त्र आहे. मंत्र तंत्र. हल्ली पूजेला बसतात, भटजी म्हणतात, गुरुजी म्हणतात प्राणायाम. नुसता हात बोट नाकावर न्यायची. काय सात भाई? असं वसिष्ठ करत होते का? विश्वामित्र करत होते का? याज्ञवल्क्य करत होते का? सप्तर्षी करत होते का? काय करायला पाहिजे हे शास्त्राने सांगितलंय. Therefore, they would take time. If it is Chandra Nadi breathing, they will take some time to make it Surya Nadi breathing, and then do the Gayatri Japa. or even Sandhya Vandan. It is done, pranayam is done in the beginning of it. Pranayams are interspersed in Sandhya Vandan. आता संध्या नाहीशी झाली, वंदन तर प्रश्नच नाही. आता संध्याच नाही तर वंदन कुठे आलं? त्याला संध्या वंदन अशी संकल्पना आहे. आता संध्याच उडाली आहे, संध्या उडाली म्हणजे वंदन कुठे आलं? एनिवे, वामकुक्षी आसन, दक्षिण कुक्षी आसन, ह्याला आसन म्हणून करा, नाही तर झोपी जाल. तर कुशीवर गेल्यानंतर झोपायलाच पाहिजे असं नाहीये. When you go on to the right or left, it's not only that you go to rest or you go to sleep. Either you do to just take a rest or take a nap or go to sleep. काही लोकांना कुशीवर झोपल्याशिवाय झोपच येत नाही, विशेषतः बायकांना. बायका सरळ का झोपत नाही? द कल्चरल ऍस्पेक्ट आहे. तर तसं झोपू नका, त्याचं आसन करा. वामकुक्षी आसन, दक्षिण कुक्षी आसन. So there are certain implications, nuances, mandates. Headache was the mandate. तो उजव्या कुशीवर झोपा आणि डाव्या कुशीवर झोपा असं करू नका. ते रात्री करा, दुपारी जेवणानंतर करा. जेवणानंतर फक्त डावीकडच्या कुशीवर झोपा. त्यामुळे पूर्व रात्री डाव्या कुशीवर झोपावं हा संकेत आहे. पण सूर्यनाडी चालू राहणार आहे, मग सूर्यनाडीमध्ये तेवढी चांगली झोप येणार नाही. तो आफ्टर अ वाईल उजव्या कुशीवर झोपावं, म्हणजे चंद्रनाडी चालू होईल. द चंद्र इज बेटर deity for you to get sleep. It works on mind. पण पूर्व रात्री डाव्या कुशीवर झोपा, कारण तुम्ही लोक रात्री जेवता म्हणजे अन्न पचावं लागतं, म्हणून उजव्या कुशीवर झोपायचं. सुरुवात उजव्या कुशीवर डाव्या कुशीवर करायची आणि नंतर उजव्या कुशीवर उत्तर रात्री थोडीशी जाग आली तर उत्तम उजव्या कुशीवर झोपायचं. दिस इज ऑल एन्शियंट विजडम, आउटडेटेड टुडे. आज झोप येत नाही तर एक ट्रँक्युलायझर घेतला आणि झोपला, एक रेस्टिल खाल्ली आणि झोपला. खरं आहे ना? Anyway, so thank God, none of you, like Archimedes, got up and eureka. Understand the subject matter, what the subject of yoga is. आता हे will not come in text. मौखिक परंपरेमध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना शिकवलं जातं. As I said yesterday, कुठलंही text of yoga is not meant for speakers. It is meant for speakers only as information. It is meant for those who are taught. Texts are meant for those who are taught and not speakers. So there is Maukhika Parampara apart from Shastra Parampara. So Maukhik Parampara, we are on the verge of losing it. We are on the verge of losing it. बऱ्याच लोकांना शास्त्राधिष्ठितच शिकवायचं असतं. शास्त्रात सांगितलंय असं करणं. So that gives room to orthodoxy. and the dogmas going out of proportion. So we have two paramparas, two traditions. One is textual, which should be used for testing whether we corroborate the text. And then Maukhik Parampara, which is from a teacher, Guru Shishya Parampara, Maukhik. So no text has mentioned Vamukukshi, Nidra Pranayam, Lakshmikukshi, Nidra Pranayam. This is not in the text. This is in tradition. कुठल्याही पुस्तकात सांगितलं डाव्या कुशीवर झोपा आणि प्राणायाम करा, उजव्या कुशीवर झोपा आणि प्राणायाम करा. But it mentions डावी कुशी and उजवी कुशी. It works for your sun or Surya. Now it is extended purport that if your left side sleeping is Surya Nadi, initializer, then Surya Nadi will work. Surya Nadi will breathing will take place. Dakshina Kukshi is going to work for Chandra Nadi. So this is has to be extrapolated even in the text, because they have referred to this Vama and Dakshina. Sorry if I wasted your time. शिकणं आणि शिक्षण घेणं यात फरक आहे. तुम्ही सगळे म्हणता आम्ही शिकायला आलो, शिकायला आलो, शिकायला आलो. शिकणं हे शिक्षण नाहीये. योग हा शिक्षणाचा विषय आहे, केवळ शिकण्याचा विषय नाहीये. इट इज नॉट ए सब्जेक्ट ओनली टू learn and practice and become proficient. It is शिक्षण because you have to know the pind vignan. You have to know this is called घट. हठयोग ट्रेडिशन मध्ये त्या अवस्था सांगितल्या, आरंभावस्था, घटावस्था, निष्पत्त्यावस्था वगैरे. घटावस्था, why it is called घट? Within the embodiment, you have mutually contrary forces working, but they are all in cosmos. Sattva, Raja, Tama, they will always have a battle. Prithvi, up, Tej, Vayu, Akash will always have a battle. You know the battle of Manas and Buddhi. You know the conflict between intelligence, mind, emotionality, intelligence. So these are all conflicting things which are in this embodiment, but they are all in cosmos, not in chaos. You put in a Indian and Pakistani in a room, lock them for 24 hours. What will they do? A British and a French, lock them in a room. They will end up in fighting. Discord. American Canadian, American Brazilian, American and Mexican, now American and Indian today. You put them in a room, they will end up in what? So these mutually contrary things are staying together, but staying in cosmos, cordially coexisting. Although they are mutually opposite, Sattva, Raja, Tama, they can be engaged in a bout. Prithvi, up, Tej, Vayu, Akash can be engaged in bout. But how are they? They are in cosmos. They coexist peacefully. That is the Gatavatha, which is a stage in Hatha Yoga. At least for we mortals, we know that there is complete battlefield between emotionality and intellectuality, emotionality and rationality. त्यांच्या नेहमीच खडाजंगी असते हो. What Mahadevan? Always having a fight. But in a case of yogi, never. They cordially exist. Yogi also has emotion, he has also rationality. But there is never ever a battle. For you and me, there is always a battle. So yogi has all this. That's why it is ghatavastha. It's a hierarchy of a yogi. Prithvi, up, tej, vayu, akash cordially coexist. Tattva, rajatama cordially coexist. Buddhi and vasana cordially coexist. Karma, sankalpa and vasana cordially coexist. So there is never a battle there. So that's the stage of a yogi called ghatavastha, which is prior to ultimate stage called nishpatti. निष्पत्त्यावस्था हठयोग संप्रदायामध्ये या अवस्था सांगितल्या परिचयावस्था आरंभावस्था घटावस्था निष्पत्त्यावस्था so these are stages mentioned in Hatayog Sampradaya. Ghatavastha means it's all cosmos cordially coexist. When will an American and Brazilian or American and Mexican, Indian and Pakistani cordially coexist? What is the chance? What is the grade, even if they coexist? So they are mutual aliens. Sattva, Rajatama are mutually aliens. Prithvi, Ap, Tej, Vayu, Akash are mutually aliens. But now they all coexist within us. Is there always a battle or sometimes a battle? Rarely a battle. More often, it is the cordial coexist, cordially coexist. In a yogi, understand how much cordial it all those might be. That's called ghatavastha. This is the ghata. This is the ghata. For contraries to coexist, vasana and buddhi coexist. In battle, many times vasana will vanquish buddhi. Sometimes buddhi will defeat vasana. But usually there will be encounter a battle. But the yoga sets aside the battle. Battlefield becomes dharma kshetra. Kurukshetra becomes dharma kshetra. Anyway, sorry for this outpour. Now all of you will be lying down in Shavasana with a bolster under Swastikasana leg, or your legs may be straight and put it under the knees. If you cannot bend your legs, अरे संजय दिवे बंद कर सके lie down आणि पंखे लहान कर एकदम एक वर आण पंखे settle down. Sorry for going overboard in the conceptual yoga, theoretical yoga, theory of yoga, but I couldn't help it happened. I would not have done. Settle down. Close your eyes. Get prepared. So invitation for physical, mental, breathatical, mindatical, buddhiatical, sensitical, awarenessitical, all kinds of activities. Memory, thought, perception, cognition, body, mind, breath, speech. So invitation for this community activity. So find out how will you go for it. Now after a while,
we will be going for a spiraloma 1. You know Viloma 1. Inhale, wait, inhale, wait, inhale, wait, inhale. That is Viloma 1. For spiraloma 1 is exhale, tiny inhalation. Exhale, tiny inhalation. Exhale, tiny inhalation. And complete the process of your exhalation. So despite inhalation interspersed, it should be very microscopic, tiny, yet your exhalation will end. Exhalative process will end. So go for spiraloma 1. Instead of pause, there will be a curl of inhalation, exhalation. Instead of pause, there will be curl of exhalation because it is spiraloma 1. So you'll be able to have furtherance of the inhalation as well, comfortable furtherance of inhalation, absorbed, assimilated, voluminous inhalation because of the fact it is interspersed with tiny wave of exhalation, tiny curl of exhalation. However, your exhalation will end. However, your process of exhalation will end at an unusual end. You will be inhaling more and more and more than Viloma 1 or Ujjayi because of a tiny exhalation in between. So if possible, consecutive cycles can be done. If needed, couple of recovery cycles can be done. Minimum recovery cycles, not indiscrete normal recovery cycles. If possible, cluster of 2 cycles, 3 cycles, 5 cycles may be attempted. Now in the following part of that, while you are negotiating it, while you are handling it, for your inhalative phase, use Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari. Find out in what way it contributes. Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari. What happens to its format, design, function, purpose? Rama Krishna Hari. Each inhalation there, stage of inhalation, Rama Krishna Hari. Second stage, Rama Krishna Hari. So on and so forth. Then in prosody, if you do not know that word in grammar, literature, prosody. Now what you are doing is Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari. I want you to do, subsequently do, where Rama comes, Krishna should come. Rama Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari. Stress on Krishna. At the same spot where Ram came, Krishna should come. So Ram will come little earlier. So Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Hari. Second module. So that's the stress and emphasis. Earlier it was Ram, now it is on Krishna. Subsequently, you continue doing that. The next it is going to change. त्याचं वृत्त बदलेल. Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari. Stress on Krishna, Hari. Is it changing the vibration factor? Vibration mode? So that is Nam Pranayam. Namatla Pranayam. Ram, emphasis. Secondly, Krishna, emphasis. Thirdly, Hari. Ram Krishna Hari. Ram Krishna Hari. Ram Krishna Hari. The Aghat, that stroke should be stronger on Krishna and now on Hari. Ram Krishna Hari. Ram Krishna Hari. Ram Krishna Hari. The Aghat will change. The stroke will change. When the stroke changes, vibrations change. When the vibrations change, process and efficacy will change. Consequence will change. You can take a break in between. So these are 3 modules. कळलं का? नाम प्राणायामामध्ये राम कृष्ण हरी, राम कृष्ण हरी, राम कृष्ण हरी. हे वारकरी संप्रदायामध्ये एकनाथांना माहिती असलेलं आपल्याला कळू शकतं. इतरांना माहिती असलेलं आपल्याला माहित नाही, त्यांनाही कदाचित माहित नाही, वारकऱ्यांनाही माहित नाही, पण ते म्हणत जातात. त्यात प्राणायाम होतो हे त्यांना माहित नाही. एकनाथांनी त्यांच्या भागवतात स्पष्ट म्हटलेलं आहे. भक्तीतले अष्टांग त्यातला प्राणायाम. Okay, let go for a while. Listen, after a while, you will be doing spiral over 2. That is exhale, inhale microscope, exhale, inhale microscopic, exhale, inhale microscopic. Continue 3, 4, whatever possible. So there will be furtherance of the exhalation with comfort, with efficacy, with resourcefulness, with richfulness. And similarly, Ramakrishna Hari. So I don't have to explain now. I've given the 3 aghat, the strokes, which is a kind of prosody, stress and emphasis. So you will do on your own, you will rotate on your own. Now understand, in yoga, this can be Udanic spiraloma 2, Pranic spiraloma 2, Samanic spiraloma 2, Apanic spiraloma 2. So this can be done in different Desha Paridrushtata as advocated by Patanjali. So it can be to a major confinement with prosody. Rama Krishna Hari. Second, Rama Krishna Hari. Third one, Rama Krishna Hari.
We can take a break and again continue. So that's called aghat, prosodi. त्याला वृत्त म्हणतात, वृत्त प्राणायाम. Like those who are vernacular people, तुम्हाला काव्यातले वृत्त माहिती असतील, मंदाक्रांता वगैरे वगैरे. वृत्त, वृत्तबद्ध कविता, वृत्तबद्ध गाणं. So the vrutta is important for lyricization. So this is vrutta pranayam. So there is vritti pranayam and vrutta pranayam. Now let go. Turn to the side and come up. Come up and sit for a while. Formally, maybe on the bolster or brick. Quickly sit formally. Virasana, Swastikasana, whatever. Sit on little higher so that sitting is managed well. So just take this as an input. Vritti pranayam, vrutta pranayam. बाह्य वृत्ति, अभ्यंतर वृत्ति, संभव वृत्ति, आपान वृत्ति, समान वृत्ति, प्राण वृत्ति. So various वृत्ति pranayamas are there. समवृत्ति, विषम वृत्ति, सूर्य वृत्ति, चंद्र वृत्ति, शून्य वृत्ति, क्रीडा वृत्ति, पिंगला वृत्ति, सुषुम्ना वृत्ति, various वृत्ति pranayam and now vrutta pranayam. Settle. Now all of you sit erect, straight, head need not go down, need not go down, chin need not go down. I said need not. Now all of you in brain confinement. In the brain confinement. Now in brain confinement, you will again use the Varkari mantras. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari for exhalation. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari. Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari. Jai Jai Vasudeva Hari. Jai Jai Vasudeva Hari. Jai Jai Panduranga Hari. So these are three well-known Varkari mantras. So you will allocate a couple of cycles to each of them. So for some time do Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari. Exhalate spiraloma in the brain confinement. After a while, it can be Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, Jai Jai Panduranga Hari, and then Jai Vasudeva Hari. Jai Jai Vasudeva Hari. Brain confinement. असे अनेक संतांनी अनेक असे मंत्रवत नाम दिले. They are almost as of the caliber status of mantra. Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari Govinda, Ramakrishna Hari Govinda, Ramakrishna Hari Govinda, Panduranga Hari Govinda, Narayana Hari Govinda. हे सगळे मंत्रात्मक नाम आहेत. Because of the saints, they have attained mantrahood. Longer mantras are also available.
रामकृष्ण हरि गोविंद नारायण हरि हरि, रामकृष्ण हरि गोविंद नारायण हरि हरि, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा. आणखीन यू वॉन्ट अ लॉंगर मंत्र, वृत्त बदलत आहेत त्या ठिकाणी. अच्युतानंत गोविंद, अच्युतानंत गोविंद, अ शॉर्टर वर्जन. रामा कृष्णा गोविंदा, कृष्णा रामा गोविंदा, रामा कृष्णा गोविंदा, कृष्णा रामा गोविंदा. So these are all mantras given by the devotees. भक्तांनी त्याचा मंत्र करून टाकलाय, ते मंत्र झाले. There are several such. Okay. Anyway, the time is up. So we'll slowly conclude. So I understand how many things I stuffed. I did not stuff. I was made to stuff it. कळलं का? मी क्लास घेत नाही, माझ्याकडनं क्लास घेतला जातो. वृत्त प्राणायाम, वृत्ती प्राणायाम, how many perception, concepts and ideas were stuck today. तुम्हाला स्टफ सँडविच माहिती आहे, क्लब सँडविच माहिती आहे. अंडरस्टँड अ क्लब सँडविच ऑफ हिप्पोपॉटमस. त्याची तोंड किती उघडू शकता? हाऊ मच कॅन यू ओपन द माउथ? हिप्पोपॉटमस. So understand what would be the club sandwich of his hippopotamus. अख्खा ब्रेड तो खाऊन टाकेल. तर 15-20 स्लाइस.
Boom, we don't need
Together.
so much ST, particularly when we're doing exercises.
But whatever 15-20 slices are there in a bread, you will have a club sandwich of 3-4 slices. Is that right? तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी खाल्लं असेल क्लब सँडविच. मी खाल्लं नाहीये, मला माहिती आहे. मला माहिती तुम्ही काय खाता, मी काय खाऊ शकता. बट हिपोपॉटमस त्याचं सँडविच केवढं असेल, क्लब सँडविच. तर तसं मी तुम्हाला हिपोपॉटमसचं क्लब सँडविच दिलं. सो अपॉलॉजीज, कंडिशनल. नमस्कार, थँक्यू. द क्लास इज ओव्हर.
प्रणाम.
प्रणाम प्रणाम प्रणाम.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार सर.